In the last video, we talked about the overview of a stock trading dashboard. In this video, I want to do a little bit of live market analysis and show you how to kind of read level 2 or market depth, and also how to read time and sales and correlate that with a stock chart, because I think successful stock trading really requires a couple of different sub skill sets that if you take a little bit of time to develop each one, it's really going to make your life a lot easier. So for the purposes of this video, we have a very small long position on, and it's actually in the middle of lunch. So the market is a lot slower than it typically is in the morning session, which is where most of the activity is. But the reason why I want to do this video now is because the market's a little bit slower. And so one thing I just want to kind of put into perspective is we're long IRDM. We had a breakout trade, got long down here, and then the market has been kind of slowly trending up since then. We're at a key level actually on the daily chart, and so we're doing what I call a stop squeeze. So this is actually our stop order. So if price comes down and stabs down to 52, we'll actually get stopped out of this trade. So effectively what we're doing is locking in profit. And the reason why we're doing that is because we're at an area where we think the market could fail, but if the market wants to keep going, we're going to just pull this behind a technical area and see if it wants to keep going. So we're risking very little for potentially higher reward. And that's very important in trading, is risk management. But what I want to do is just show you how to correlate these things. So over here, we know what we're expecting on the stock chart, right? We have a moving average, which is this white line. You can see we're using candlesticks, and price action is just kind of gradually climbing higher. And this is the daily chart down here. So this is the 2-minute, the really zoomed in view. This is the daily chart. And one thing that we're looking at is kind of the most immediate picture is this last price bar, right? This is the live price bar. So every 2 minutes, we'll actually get a new bar that plots automatically every 2 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. And then what a lot of people will do is they'll try to guess what the market is going to do just by looking at the time and sales and the level 2. But one thing to keep in mind is that this is the most immediate picture. And these aren't even actually trades. These are just people that are showing orders that they want to buy at this level and they want to sell at this level. And so one thing that we try to use level 2 for is to determine if an area of support is going to hold or break. And you can see down here, this will actually show the history of trades that are firing off. So the last trade here on time and sales was at 856. It was only 100 shares, but we had an order of, call it 1,000 shares here at 55. And when it says between B and A, this means between the bid and ask. So if the bid is 55 and the ask is 56, really this fired off closer to 55. But the 55s are the bidders. These are people that want to buy if price hits 55. Now, not everybody is going to show their order. Like you could have an order waiting to go and you say, okay, as soon as we hit 57, I'm just going to place the order. I don't want it to show up on level 2. You could do that. But what this does is it just helps you understand on this live price bar if you expect this price level to hold or break. So you can see here at 56, this is a resistance level, right? So price was running into resistance, but we don't have a whole lot of resistance at 56 right now. You can see there's 4 different orders, so this could be 4 different traders, most likely it is. And you can see it's not a lot of size, 100 shares, 200 shares, 100, and 100, which 100 is really the smallest size that you'll see. And then over here, you can see on the bid at 855, we actually have 7. So market depth, what this shows you is the inside bid and ask, so 55 and 56. We have 7 orders here by 4 orders there. So there's more orders here. And if you look at the size, the number of shares, and we just had movement. So the bid went from 55 to 56, and that was the reason why we would have anticipated that on a very basic level is because there were more people willing to buy with more contract or more shares rather. I'm so used to trading the futures market, which is what we use contracts for. But here in the equities market, you can see it really shows you lot sizes of 100. So the bid is really starting to firm up here, meaning it's really starting to stack. There's, 5 or 6, now there's 6 people, 1,700 shares. We've only got 2 people at 57, and they're only like 300 shares. So it's still pretty bullish. And right now you can see as we're running away, we're anticipating the market to keep climbing until this thing really starts to firm up. Now, again, it's lunch and the market's a little bit slower, but here we go. So we're starting to actually get a run in price. And so what I'm going to do is actually look to move our stop up and lock in more profit whenever the time is right. So as soon as this bar closes and another bar opens, I'm going to actually pull this stop in a little bit tighter. So hopefully this is helpful so far. Again, all we're doing is we're watching the live market and really just trying to get a read on what we anticipate the immediate price action to do. And the best way to do that is by looking at your time and sales to see where people are willing to buy and sell, and then time and sales, which is the history of the trades. So level 2, market depth, where people want to buy and sell, time and sales, what trades are actually firing off. So you can see 58 was the last one, and it's red, and it says at the bid because somebody who wanted to sell took the bid. They took that price. Whereas if you start seeing green prices, that means buyers are buying at what sellers are willing to sell for, right? Because people want to sell high and buy low. So typically, this will always be um, the bidders, or the bid side will always be lower than the ask, right? And you can see the market is now starting to get really thin. There's only like one or so orders here at multiple price levels, going all the way down to like the 40s, where the ask is starting to firm up. You can see there's like 5 people here with 900 shares, 4 or 5 people, and the orders are starting to get bigger the higher we go, which is to be expected because the market has really been running. And so what we're going to do is actually go ahead and pull the stop up, and I'm going to actually go to my charts workspace. Oh, and you can see we just got stopped out. So we wanted to squeeze that in really tight to try to maximize that run. And this is really what trading is all about, is precision. And one thing that you'll notice here is we're not chasing price. Basically, we got in very low after a confirmed break, managed the risk really, really well, and then we just closed half of the position up here at the high, and then we still have a little piece of the position on the table because we had a little intraday break. So if this price bar can keep running, then we'll actually stay in it. If not, then we'll go ahead and claim profit without giving too much back, right? So, in addition to helping you understand kind of the level 2 and the time and sales, I really just want to help you get in the mindset of a professional trader, because it's one thing to look for hot stock picks, or to try to chase the market or look for the latest and greatest system. But what professional traders know is that trading is really just about a few things. It's about having a winning trading strategy, right? And I talk about this a lot. You really want to have, number one, a winning strategy, something that has an edge in the market. And number 2, the most important thing also is risk management, being able to really predefine. This is the most important thing, is before you pull the trigger on a trade, really know what the risk and what the reward is. And then number 3 is skill development, right? Really taking the time to hone in your skills as a trader, because trading is a performance activity, meaning it's just like chess or poker. It's one thing to know what to do and be able to look at the market and say, oh, the market's trending up. We had a breakout today. That's a beautiful buy. It's another thing to actually be able to pull the trigger when you're in the heat of battle and when you have money on the line. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.